Hi team, welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana. This is my potter's studio and I'm going to show you a little bit more about my project through the art of clay. Yeah, I'm currently a member at Grace Church and that's the context for my project. And I've been worshiping there for about a year, although the church has been in place for about 25 years. It started off as a plant, and over the course of time, it became a megachurch. And in doing so, they established other plants around the world and other satellites in our own community. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm worshiping at one of those satellites. But as I started worshiping there, I noticed that they have a leadership development staff, and it's pretty large. They've had a pastor over leadership development, and the context from which I come, I've never seen such a staff, especially in a church. So to me that seems like a huge luxury. And so I've been wondering, what is so important about leadership development that it needs to be a staff within a church? Well, come to find out, the leadership development team actually has a scope of training people that's quite large. And they train interns and apprentices, future pastors, small group leaders, ministry leaders, a wide variety. And they even train people like me who are members in the church in leadership development skills so that maybe they'll go off and lead a small group or something like that in the future. And so they've been equipped with a pretty large leadership development team. But over the course of just last year, they found that a financial campaign that they had going on came to an end, and so they had to pretty much restaff, and that affected leadership development. And so the pastor of that staff, that role was cut, unfortunately. But the team that was supporting leadership development is now under someone else who is new to it, and she needs to get her arms around it. And so just like we learn in Jeremiah, when the potter was working with clay and life goes on, some things happen. And some things happened at Grace Church regarding the budget, and they've had to reshape their whole staff, not just leadership development. But for the purpose of my project, I'll be focused on leadership development. And the idea is to find out exactly what is leadership development at Grace, what is the scope of it, what has it been to date, what have they done with leaders in the past, what's the curriculum, what are the manuals, what's on the website, how do members get trained and signed up, and how do they measure the effectiveness of the entire program. And wherever they find that something else needs to be cut, this project will help them determine where they need to cut back, because the scope has just sort of gotten out of hand, especially for the size of staff that they have right now. So in talking with this new person responsible for leadership development, she's absolutely thrilled to go ahead and get started. And it happens that this particular project is exactly where she found she needed to start in this new role. She needed to go out and find out what already is so that she can start working on a new curriculum in the fall. And it happens that there's several summer interns, and she needs to find out what is leadership development for them this summer. So it was great timing that the Lord had led me into this project, because it literally is something that she needs right away. So with your approval of this project, she knows that this project is dependent on you to give approval to it. So we'll go ahead and get started hopefully in May. I acknowledge that there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle already. If you take a look in my proposal document, you'll also see an appendix in addition to all of the information that I'm sharing with you right now. but I've already created a consent form, a sample consent form for people that I might go and interview. I anticipate that most of the project is going to be done through interviews, and I'll talk with members, to the executive staff, to the existing leadership development team, ministry leaders, and so forth. I'll touch everybody that I possibly can within the timing available. And if I run out of time, I may have to do some surveys, and we're ready to do that. Corinne's going to even help me with that. It turns out her vocation is in research, and so she's familiar with this kind of a project, and she's ready to mentor me. I'm really excited about that too, because that means we have mutual interest in this. Not only will I be helping out her with her new position, but as I pursue my Master of Divinity degree, I will be in a place within my own church finding out what kinds of leadership roles there are in terms of pastors, interns, and ministry leaders and so forth. And I'll be able to tap right into that, building relationships with people already and observing where the Lord is actually leading me at Grace Church. So I'm really excited about it. The key research question, again, that I'll be focused on is, what is leadership development today? What does it consist of at Grace? What does it look like, so that she can make the plans to go forward in the fall? So I appreciate your attention, and take a look at the document. There's a lot more detail there, and I'm excited to go forward, but with your approval. Thank you.